Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here, Anastasia, the ones and twos, it's the threes and fours. Now, this was very challenging. I got sent an image from BLK Food Freaks. Her husband does art, but digital art. So they sent me over a picture, and basically I'm drawing inspiration from the picture and come up with my, my version of bringing that picture to life. You guys are gonna see the picture pretty soon. But I think I did a really good job. It's giving very much artifact. It's giving very much African, that type of vibe. It was very difficult for me to get the red to pop like how it's popping now. I had to go through so much, but you will definitely see and I'll explain to you in the video. But if you like, share, and subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. You're gonna get more special effects looks like this one. So if you want to see how I create this bomb look, then all you have to do is just keep on watching. So I'm gonna go into my black face paint and we're gonna paint the whole entire face black. And I know it's gonna look a little bit gray to you, but I'm assuring you that it's pitch black. Initially, if I had done this look at night, I think I will get the best payoff because everything around me was bright, but I really needed to complete the look. And if you guys notice, this is the same wig that I made in my previous video. As you can see, she's tamed down a lot, but not too much on the hair. Let's get into the makeup. Here's where all the trouble began. So I used my Rihanna red lipstick, thinking that I will get the payoff that I was looking for from the red. But as you can see, the red is non-existent. And I was wondering to myself, why am I not seeing the red pop up? Why it's not translating the way that I wanted to. And can you tell me why? It's cream, and the two cream products just wasn't working together well, so I had to go in with some translucent powder from Ben Nye. And we're gonna set the whole entire face, as you can see me doing now. And then we're gonna try again. So at this point in the game, I had to go and grab some more face paint. But as you can see, the quality of the paint was just not doing it for me. It will look good as a base color, but it's just not doing what I want it to do. And at this point, I jumped into another lipstick that I have from Sephora collection, and I'm gonna be struggling with that again, because as you can see, it's not popping on the skin the way that I would like, and it was beginning to frustrate me. I'm not going to lie. And as you can see, the image that I'm working with is very, very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So I wanted to do the best that I can to bring it to life in my own special way. And to be honest, I could have done it more glam and really go in with like more of a glam approach. But I wanted to give it that rustic, that, you know, Mother Nature, tribal type of vibe. So I was trying my best. Now I went in with white to kind of highlight it to see if it's gonna pop. And as you can see, that doesn't look nothing like what I want it to look like. But in this video, I'm just gonna basically go through all the motions with you guys and show you how realistic, things can always kind of just go wrong when you're trying to create content and you have a vision, but you're just not executing the vision and all that good jazz. And instead of me giving up, I went in, that's my special effects bag. I said I probably have some more paints somewhere in there. And you see that little tube? That's what saved my life. And that's like a Dollarama face paint that I got years ago, I think. But she ended up saving the day for the most part, because the pigment was pigmented, but the color was bright, but the consistency of it wasn't the best. So it worked out in my favor, because I'm gonna have to definitely kind of have a rustic type of look, and the paint definitely give you that, I'm in a tribe and we're using our fingers, basically, that paint, because it was so patchy but inconsistent with the pigment. Like, you'll see, I start mixing the two together, and I realized that when you mix the two together, it's not really popping. So I just have to use it by itself. And because it's not, the pigment is just not pigmented in terms of, like, the color is there, but the texture, let me change it. The texture was not there, and I'm like, this is a struggle. But I kind of get a hang of the paint that I'm using, and I'm just trying to make the best of it. And you're gonna see me here trying to figure that out at this point. So at this point, I don't think you guys can actually see how patchy the red pigment is. The only thing that I have going on for me right now is the fact that it's bright and it's popping the way that I wanted to pop in terms of the color. I'm back and forth looking at the reference picture, and I wanted to try to make certain things stand out in the original image, which you're seeing me kind of work and do, and then kind of do a little bit of a freestyle with my decollete. The paint, as I said, like the struggle was with paint and getting it to do what I want it to do. Yeah, that was the most struggle part of it. But in the end, I think it did look the way that it's supposed to look, because it looks a little bit more authentic, you know? It's not pretty in terms of a typical pretty. It's just more tribal. That's the only way I can describe it in a sense. And I want to take this time out to shout out A-Train. He is an amazing artist, amazing digital artist. He came up with that mask, and it's two of them, but I mostly grabbed inspiration from one of them. And out of the two masks, you can tell me which one you think I mimic the most. Yeah, he's a dope artist. You guys should definitely check him out. He has an online store where he sells merch and all that good jazz. And I'm going to put his links down in the description so you can check him out and check out, more of his art pieces and stuff like that. And you can grab a shirt. You can support. And also, that's BOK Media, Food Freaks, and BOK Media Life. I think those are our two channels. One is a DIY channel, and one is a Food Freak channel. I'll also put their links in the description as well, guys. So, big shout out to them. They have been supporting my channel, and I love and appreciate them so much. They're a very hardworking family, and there are inspirations to the YouTube street. They are true to this, and I love them for that. And yeah, it was an honor and a privilege to work on this piece. This is something out of my wheel. It's not necessarily in my wheel box, but I was down for the cause, and I didn't mind doing it. So yeah. So at this point, I realized that some of the paint, when it's dry in some areas, it becomes very matte and it becomes like one with the black and you can't kind of see it. So I had to go over most of everything again so the pigment can actually show up. And then I'm gonna put some of that pigment on some old pair of lashes and put them on because I wanted to give it some level of glam, even if a little bit, which I think the lashes add that little bit of glam. So I'm just going back over most of it with the red, and I know I have a very short window in order to capture the pictures so that the red can actually pop out and show. But I think in editing, that's where most of the magic happens because yeah, the images looks really, 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 really nice after I take out the backdrop and, you know, emphasize the black and the red. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go back in with a little brush with the black, and I'm gonna go back in and do some detail and clean some areas up and all of that jazz. It might not look like much to you, and sometimes people might look at this and say, oh, this is not art, but trust me, it looks chaotic, but it is a work of art, and you will get it or you might not get it, and that's okay if you don't get it and if it's not your cup of tea. And as you can see, I'm going in with the black and I'm just kind of defining everything and shaping it up and, you know, get some detail down because I don't want it to be lost. I want it to definitely resonate. Yeah. you guys know I'm very, very transparent. So it's high day right now, so you're not gonna get to see the whole effect. So obviously you're gonna see it in editing, where I'm gonna fade out the background. I'm gonna make it be dark as possible and let the red really pop through. But yeah, just like, you know, for full transparency, you know, this is how it looks. But then obviously in editing it's going to be fire, because, you know, that's half of the job, basically. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember, I eat and I wait for the gods. Bye.